Hey guys, Jackson Hunter here with a review of Love the Final Chapter by David DeAngelo. Let's dive into it. Here's what you're going to discover in this review. What is Love the Final Chapter? Who created the course and what you should know about them? Our verdict. We're going to give you the good, the bad and the bottom line. We'll talk about who it's a good fit for and who it's not a good fit for. We'll talk about how it works. We'll give you an inside look at the private members site for Love the Final Chapter so you can see exactly what you're going to get. We'll talk more about what you get, so the course modules, the parts and the bonuses. We'll give you an in-depth review of the course. And we'll talk about whether or not the product lives up to the promises in the marketing. So what is Love the Final Chapter? Well, it's a digital product filmed from a 3-day seminar teaching men how to have loving, successful relationships with women. It's presented mostly by David DeAngelo and his wife, Annie Lalla, but there's also presentations by special guests throughout the seminar. Now, it's focused on helping you grow as a man and also how to grow with your partner so that you can function better as a couple. And it shows you how to deal with any conflict and arguments that might come up in the relationship in a healthier and mature way without jeopardizing the relationship. Alright, now who is David DeAngelo? Well, he's the founder of W Dating, and it's one of the original dating advice for men companies. They've been around now for about 15 years or so, taught many thousands of men all around the world, and they're one of the most respectable dating advice companies in existence. His real name is Eben Pagan, and he's recognized as an industry leader in business success, entrepreneurial circles. Chances are you may have heard of him before. He's very successful in other areas besides the dating market. And in comparison to many other dating coaches, he's kept his personal life pretty quiet over the years before getting married. Okay, you wouldn't see him featured in any media talking about girls that he's dating, with his pictures in papers or magazines like maybe some other dating coaches. So he's been a lot more private in that respect. Now, this program is good because he opens up a lot more and he introduces you to his wife. You get to hear from both of them about their relationship. So you get more of an insight into who he is and about his private life in a deeper way that you haven't got in some of his other dating programs in the past. Now, who is Annie Lalla? Well, she's David/Eben's wife and the mother of his child. She's also a relationship and love coach in her own right. Okay, she's been doing this before she met David and she's been very successful at it. She's got a really diverse educational background. She's studied many things to really give her a wide understanding of relationships from different points of views, and she really knows what she's talking about. One thing she specializes in is conflict resolution, and she's quoted as saying, "Arguments are opportunities to understand your partner better. When handled with maturity and skill, they can be used to bring you closer instead of farther apart." Now that's a really big focus point of this product. How to handle conflict, how to handle arguments in a way that brings you closer together instead of driving you further apart. Now let's talk about our review of this program, and we're going to start with the bad. So one thing is, it doesn't really cover the area of how to get into a serious relationship with a woman in any practical way. There's some bits and pieces throughout, but there's not really a clear system on what you should be doing. Now, another thing is, some of the guest presentations are a little bit abstract and hard to follow along with, and this isn't going to resonate with every man. Okay, so there's a couple of guys that have a presentation that is a little bit more spiritual in nature, a little bit more new agey, and some people will probably really enjoy this, but for a lot of guys who are a little bit more logical, a little bit more practical, they're probably not going to really resonate with what they're talking about, and it's not going to have a big impact. Now, moving along to the good, and there's some really practical tools and advice here that you can use right away to increase the intimacy and connection with your partner via better communication. You'll also get to hear different points from both the male and female point of view as David and Annie open up on their own relationship and struggles that they've faced. Okay, they're not really holding anything back here. They're giving you a deep insight into their own relationship, and you'll get to hear about some of their arguments from his point of view and also from her point of view and how they've been able to resolve these. And another thing is, it gives you a realistic view of what a great relationship is, and it doesn't try to gloss over the difficulties you'll face or the work involved. Okay, it's not saying, hey, this is all sunshine and roses and you're never going to fight with your partner, it's going to be perfect all the time. It's saying, hey, there are going to be tough times, You are going to have conflict, you are going to have arguments, but that's normal, that's part of any healthy relationship, and here's how to deal with it. Now here's our bottom line recommendation, and you can see here we've given this an overall rating of 8.1 out of 10, so we consider this to be an excellent course. Now it's a really solid program, and it's best suited for guys already in a relationship or thinking of getting into one. You'll discover ways to communicate better that increase love, intimacy, and security in your relationship. Now, whereas most products cover how to get the girl, this is more about what to do once you have her, because often the same tactics for getting her won't work in keeping her. So this is the best program that we've seen of its kind. And by that I mean it's focused on how to have a long-term serious relationship, probably with someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with. And there's not a lot of dating products that really focus on that, and certainly not to this extent. Okay, now who is Love the Final Chapter a good fit for? Well, it's great for men who are currently in a relationship with a woman they'd like to have a future with. Okay, if you want something serious, something long-term that's going to last, then this is going to be great for you. It's also good for guys who would like to get into a relationship with a woman and open themselves to intimacy and love. And also for anyone who wants to learn better ways of communicating with their partner so they can deal with any conflict, anger, and frustration that naturally arises. Okay, you're going to learn a lot of communication tools here. You're going to learn ways to look at things differently so that when you do have frustration and anger in the relationship, you're going to be able to deal with it better, talk to each other in a more open and honest way, and move past these issues. Now, who is Love the Final Chapter not a good fit for? Well, it's not for guys who are just beginning their dating journey and don't already have a solid foundation in meeting and attracting women. Okay, this is more for intermediate and advanced guys who've already been through that early stage and are now either in a relationship or wanting to be in a relationship. And it's also not for anyone who isn't serious about wanting to be in a long-term relationship with a woman. Okay, David talks about how the goal is to find your most amazing woman in the world. And obviously when you find her, you're going to want to be able to keep her. So if you're at the stage where you're just sort of having relationships, but you don't see any future there, you're not wanting anything serious and long-term, then this isn't going to be the best program for you either. Alright, now let's take an inside look at Love the Final Chapter so you can see exactly what you're going to get. Alright, we're here in the members area. So once you put in your email and your password, this is what you're going to see. This is the dashboard area with all of the W dating programs. So if we scroll down to the relationship section, we'll find Love the Final Chapter. So we're going to click on that one, and this is what you'll see. The welcome message. There's 3 exercises here that you can download if you wish. You can do those, but all of the content is over here on the right. So if we start with session 1, the videos will automatically load.
So love is real. Love is real. I didn't imagine that I would be standing in front.
Okay, so there's David introducing the program. That's his first message. Love is real. That's one of his big realizations that he's had. Now you'll see under the videos, there's all these chapters. So if you click on these, it'll skip forward to that part of the video if you wish to. So let's jump forward to 31 minutes. Best thing to do though is just watch these videos from start to finish in the order that they're in. So this is from a live seminar. They sort of follow on from each other. If you want to watch them out of order, you can, but there's really no reason to. So start with session 1, then go all the way through to session 17. You can see here there's support, so if you need help with anything, click on that. They've got fantastic customer support, so they'll sort out any issues that you've had. I've been through this whole thing. There's a lot of content here. I haven't had any issues. It's very easy to use. It's very intuitive. So there's really not too much to show you there. It's really straightforward. It's just these 17 sessions that were filmed over 3 days. There's also these downloads here. So if we click on this, okay, now here on the download page, you can download all of the videos if you wish. So they're quite large file sizes. You can see they're all sort of a gig or more. They're in high definition. So if you want, you can save those to your computer or just watch them online. It's up to you. You'll also find that there's these documents under some of the videos in some of the sessions. So there's one here, Model of Value Sufficiency PowerPoint. So that's just summing up what one of the guest presenters was talking about. So some of these sessions will have accompanying documents that you can download. They might be PowerPoints, they might be PDFs. There's one here, Magic Rapport Formula. So there's a number of these throughout, but mainly the content is just these videos. There's the special reports here. These were the ones that were on the first page that have the exercises that you can do. So they're there on this page as well. So there's not a ton of written content here. It's pretty much just the videos. That's what you should expect to get. The other thing here is a FAQ page. So if we click on that. Okay, this is the FAQ page. You'll see here a lot of questions. A lot of them are dealing with technical issues. So this one, I can't open the PDF. So if you have issues with that, click on the question, you'll get an answer. I haven't had any problems at all. It works really well. The customer support is fantastic. So if you have any issues at all, chances are the question will be here. Otherwise, just get in touch with their tech support team and they'll help you out. So that's pretty much it, guys. There's not much more to show you. It's all very straightforward. That's what you're going to get. These 17 sessions of videos. All up, there's over 20 hours there. There's a lot of content. It was filmed over a 3-day seminar. So take your time going through this. Don't try and watch it all in 1 or 2 days. It might take you a couple of weeks to go through all of this if you're taking notes and going through it all properly. Okay, let's give you a review of what you get here. So the different modules, parts, and access. So the Love the Final Chapter content is the 17 different sessions filmed as part of that 3-day seminar. You also get the 3 special reports with the exercises, and you get a handful of documents which go along with some of the presentation. So it summarizes some of the key points that the presenters were talking about. And again, you have the videos there that you can download to your computer if you wish, or you can just watch it streaming online. It's up to you. Now let's talk about whether or not this course is legit. Is it effective? Well, yes, it's based on real world experience, as well as psychology, therapy, scientific principles, etc. There's a lot of presenters from different backgrounds, so you're hearing things from a number of different points of view. And the key is that these are all some of the most successful people in their fields. So this is stuff that is proven to work and proven to be effective. Now, unlike other DYD programs, it's not really about tactics that you use on women. This is going to work best if your partner is actively involved and watches this with you. That's because for some of the communication techniques and exercises, it's going to seem a little bit strange if you just pull this out of the blue. You're going to need to give some context to it. So if you both know that, okay, this is something that we want to work on, we're going to be open and talk about this together, then you can communicate better and you can go through this together. It's not really about lines or tricks or techniques that you're going to use on her without her knowledge. Now, the end result of this is you should have a noticeably better and more secure relationship with your woman. Okay, it would be very surprising if you go through this course, do all of the exercises, do everything it suggests, and at the end of it, you don't find that your relationship is much better off. So for effectiveness, we've given this an 8 out of 10. Now, how easy is it to actually put into practice? Well, it involves being willing to work on yourself and to look at certain aspects of you that might be uncomfortable at first. There's clear advice on what to do and how to do it, so there's nothing really complicated here that you need to learn. And largely it depends on you. How open and honest are you willing to be with your partner, and how much time and effort do you want to invest into your relationship? If you just watch this program and do nothing with it, then don't expect much to change. But if you put the work in and do the different exercises and do all of the things that it suggests, particularly the things that you know are relevant for you, then you can expect to see some great results. Just be aware though that some of these things may be uncomfortable for you at first. You're going to have to confront some things that might be a bit difficult for you to look at. You're going to have some conversations with people that you haven't had before. So for ease of implementation, we've given this a 7 out of 10. Now, will you find this elsewhere? How unique is this program? Well, it's footage from a live seminar, so it's not information that can be simply ripped off from other sources. There's new ideas and material that are presented here. Some of the guest presenters are from the dating industry and you might be familiar with some of them, but there's some that aren't. So there'll be people here that you haven't heard of before, talking about ideas that you're not familiar with. So you are going to get new ideas and content here that you haven't seen in other dating products. And there's not a lot of dating products that really focus this intensely on the topic of love for a male audience. Okay, it's more common to see programs that focus on this for a female audience. So it's quite unique in that regard. And of all the dating products on the market, this is the one that goes into the most depth on love and creating a really solid, lifelong relationship with the woman of your dreams. So for innovativeness, we've given this a 9 out of 10. Now let's talk about what the product experience is like. And we had a look before in the members area, okay? It's very clean, it's very intuitive. It's about as straightforward as it gets. You simply watch the videos in order. There's really no way that you can get lost or confused or go wrong with it. It's risk-free to check it out, okay? They're offering a 30-day guarantee. That means after you purchase it, you've got a full month to go through the program, check out all the videos, try it out for yourself. If you're not happy with it for any reason, just get in touch with them and they'll give you a full refund, no questions asked. And they also have fantastic customer support. So if you have any technical issues, if there's anything you need help with, get in touch with them and you'll get a really quick reply, and they're one of the best in the business. So for packaging and customer service, we've given this a 10 out of 10, okay? It's really, really solid. Moving on now to value for money. So the cost of the program is $397. If you would prefer a payment plan, you can do 5 payments of $89.97. So if you do buy it up front for $397, you are going to save a bit of money in the long term. It's a very detailed program with over 20 hours of video footage included here. Okay, there's a lot of content that you're getting for that money. And the footage is from a 3-day seminar, which cost the attendees much more than the price of this product. Okay, from memory, I think it was around $1,000. Plus then you got the price of hotels and travel expenses. So you're getting it at a substantial discount to what these people paid for the same information. And one way to think about it is, what price can you put on a successful relationship with your life partner? Okay, if this program is going to work for you and get you a much healthier and better relationship with your most amazing woman in the world, the woman that you want to spend the rest of your life with, then what's that worth to you? Is it worth $397? If your answer to that is no, then maybe you need to examine whether or not the person you're with is the right person for you. Or you may not be at the stage where you're wanting to have that serious a relationship. I think if you ask most people, they would say that's a bargain to have that kind of a loving and intimate relationship with their perfect person. So for value for money, we've given this an 8 out of 10. Let's move along now to whether or not the product lives up to the marketing. And you can see here in this picture, there's a few different videos where David is talking about his journey and the program and what's involved. So there's a few promises that it makes, and one is that you'll become the man who can attract your most amazing woman in the world. And I specify your because the woman that you want to spend your life with might not be the woman that somebody else wants to spend their life with, okay? Every guy is going to have a different idea of what their perfect woman will be. Another one is you'll discover the latest and most powerful information on creating attraction. David talks about how you'll pretty much get the best of the best, the most up-to-date stuff on everything that he's learned about meeting and attracting the woman that you want to be with. And another one is that you'll have a healthy and honest relationship without relying on tricks and tactics, okay? You won't have to be using gimmicks and games that are maybe common in other dating programs. Okay, now let's talk about the reality. And the reality is, you need to be prepared to put the work in to develop yourself as a man if you want your most amazing woman in the world. If you think that she's incredible, she's better than any other woman, she's going to need to feel that you're incredible, that you're better than any other man, if she's going to want to spend her life with you. So you do need to do some work to become that guy, but they talk about this in the program, so you have a pretty realistic idea of what's involved. Now, David gives an overview of his earlier journey and his teachings, but there's not a lot new here on attraction. So if you're going to buy this program thinking there's going to be new information on how to meet and how to attract women, don't buy it for that reason. There's other programs specifically focused on attraction that are better for you. This is better for relationship skills. And finally, this is really beneficial for creating healthier and more genuine relationships without manipulation and tricks, okay? It's about being authentic, genuine, and honest. If that's the type of relationship that you want to have, that's what you're going to get from this course. Alright, so overall, the product does a pretty good job of living up to what's talked about here in the marketing. And just to recap, here is the good, the bad, and the bottom line. You can see that we've given it an 8.1 out of 10. Anything that we score an 8 or higher is what we consider excellent. So this is the best product we've reviewed covering love and how to have a lifelong relationship with your perfect woman. Okay, what you might want to do now is read the full written review. So you can see here we've got the good, the bad, and the bottom line. Underneath the video that you're watching now will be this full detailed review. So there's more information here on what's in the course, some of the things that it teaches. If we scroll further down, you'll see that there's information on who the guest presenters are and what they're talking about. So check that out. And right down the bottom again, we've got the bottom line recommendation on who this is a good fit for and who it's not a good fit for and what you're going to get. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you found this review useful. If you decide this is a product you want to check out, and just as a reminder, you've got a 30-day guarantee, so you're really risking nothing here. If you do decide it sounds interesting, you might as well take a look at it. All you need to do is click on go to love the final chapter. You'll put in your email address and you'll be taken to some of those free presentation videos where David is talking about the program. From there, there'll be different links you're able to go to purchase the program. Okay guys, that's it for this video review. I hope you found it useful. If you happen to be watching this on YouTube at the moment, just click on the big red button in the center of the screen. That'll bring you to our website where you can read that full written review. Now, if you're still unsure of anything, if you have any questions about the program or about this review, you can leave any comments or questions underneath the video on YouTube, or you can email them to me at jackson@datingskillsreview.com, and I'll be happy to help you out with any information that you need. That's it, guys. I wish you a lot of success if you do purchase this program. I have no doubt it's going to help you have a better relationship. Bye for now.